Daniel Ruiz had $312 left in his checking account, $50,000 in debt, and a wife across the table who had just found out the truth. What happened in the next 12 months would change everything, and it started with something almost too small to believe. Daniel was 34, working as a delivery route supervisor in Ohio. Steady paycheck. Never enough. 2 car loans, a maxed credit card from the year his father got sick, and a furnace loan that refused to shrink. That Tuesday night, his wife Mara opened her laptop and asked him one question. "Show me the real number." He finally told her. $50,000. She didn't yell. She just went quiet, and that silence scared him more than any argument could have. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He didn't decide to fix his whole life at once. He decided one small thing. Tomorrow, instead of his usual coffee and breakfast sandwich, he'd bring coffee from home and drop that $10 into an envelope. It felt pointless. $10 against $50,000. But that $10 wasn't really about the money. It was the first time in years Daniel had paid attention to where his money actually went. And that attention changed everything that came after. Within days, he was writing down every expense in a cheap notebook. Mara joined him, and together they built something Daniel never had before: a plan. Every dollar now had a job, bills, minimum payments, a small emergency fund, and an aggressive debt attack. By month 1, they'd freed up almost $400 a month and started stacking it against the smallest balance on the list. 2 months of that same $400, plus a small tax refund they didn't touch, was enough to close it out completely. By month 3, that first debt was gone. $900. Paid off. It wasn't a big dent in $50,000, but it was proof the system worked. And proof was exactly what Daniel needed. Then, right when things felt steady, the van broke down. It happened on his route, month 4, and the old Daniel would have swiped a credit card without thinking twice. This time, he called 3 repair shops, negotiated a payment plan, and used part of the emergency fund instead. 3 stressful days, but 0 new debt. For the first time, Daniel realized the plan could survive a crisis. That mattered more than any spreadsheet. By month 6, the debt had dropped under $40,000. But a second test showed up quieter, harder to resist. A friend invited him on a weekend trip that would have cost nearly $800. Part of him wanted to say yes, wanted one night of feeling normal again. Instead, he told Mara the truth about how badly he was tempted, and together they found a cheaper way to spend that weekend. It wasn't glamorous, but it was the moment Daniel understood something important. Discipline wasn't a decision he'd made once. It was one he had to keep making. By month 7, Daniel started picking up extra shifts, not out of desperation, because for the first time, every extra dollar had a purpose. His manager noticed. The employee who used to coast through shifts was suddenly the one solving problems before they escalated, showing up early, staying sharp under pressure. In month 8, a regional coordinator position opened up. 6 months earlier, Daniel wouldn't have applied. Now he did, and he got it. Not luck. The same discipline fixing his finances had quietly rebuilt how he showed up at work. That promotion changed the math completely. The raise added real income on top of the extra shifts, and with living expenses already trimmed down, almost all of it went straight to debt. What had been a few $100s a month attacking the balance became well over $1,000. Combined with the snowball effect, smaller debts closing out and freeing up their old payments to attack the next one, the remaining balance started disappearing fast through months 9, 10, and 11. Then came month 12. Daniel opened his banking app one more time, almost afraid to look. The number staring back wasn't $50,000. It was 0. He and Mara sat at that same kitchen table where it all began, and let the silence feel different this time, lighter instead of heavy. People always ask Daniel about the $10 coffee habit like it was some kind of trick. It wasn't. $10 never paid off $50,000 in debt. What it did was wake him up. It forced him to notice, to plan, to choose over and over for a full year until those choices added up to something bigger than money. A version of himself he actually recognized. It was never about saving $10. It was about becoming the person who stopped losing money without noticing and started building a life on purpose. If you were in Daniel's position tomorrow, what's the first small habit you'd change? Drop it in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more financial success stories. This story is a work of fiction created for illustration only and does not constitute financial advice.